Would you like to live in a city in space? Scientists are predicting that space colonies will be built within the next 20 or 30 years. One day, you may be putting on your spacesuit, getting into a spacecraft, and strapping yourself in. You listen to the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff!
The year is 2010. Destination, space colony in orbit around the planet Earth.
Space child, it's only 5 days for the journey. Little space child, before you reach a brand new city. Space child, well, it's only the beginning for your mom and dad. Little brother too, you'll be living in a giant wheel in outer space, child. This is a space city for 10,000 people. Garden schools and factories for 10,000 people. Everything you need is there in outer space, in outer space.
And way up here, the air is clear, and you know the sun is warm all year. When work is done, we'll have so much fun.
All those wishing to play gravity-free football report to the hub area.
Space child, it's only 5 days for the journey. Little space child, before you reach a brand new city. Space child, well, it's only the beginning for your mom and dad. Little brother too, you'll be living in a giant wheel in outer space, child. You'll be living in a giant wheel in outer space. You'll be living in a giant wheel in outer space, child.
The space colonies would be in permanent orbit around our planet, the planet Earth. Earth is one of 9 planets in the solar system, and all of these planets orbit around the Sun. The names of the planets, starting with the one nearest the Sun, are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Can you remember them? Sometimes it's easier to remember things if you make up sentences using the first letter of each word you're trying to remember. Mercury, M, Mary. Venus, V, vacuumed. Earth, E, every. Mars, M, monster. Jupiter, J, just.
Mary vacuumed every monster. Just stand up now, please. Mary vacuumed every monster. Just stand up now, please. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. All of us are planets, solar system planets, orbiting around the sun. Oh, it's lonely being a planet no one ever visits. Here comes another trip round the sun. All of us are different, just one of us can keep you, the one of us with water. Which one of us has water? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Earth is the only one with water. Mary vacuumed every monster. Just stand up now, please. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. All of us are planets, solar system planets, orbiting around the sun. surface of planets, solar system planets, orbiting around the sun, orbiting around the sun, orbiting around the sun.
If you looked at our planet from your space colony, you would see that nearly 3/4 of its surface is covered with water. On Earth, the same water circulates between the air and the land day after day, year after year. Every few seconds, millions of tons of water evaporate from the surface of the Earth, and this same water will fall again as rain.
Before you drink that water, there's something that you ought to know. Is that a dinosaur, a king, or some other living thing may have drunk that water before you? The earth has a limited water supply, and without it living things would die. The same water keeps coming back again, it just evaporates and falls as rain. When it's raining in Vancouver, the rain might have been in the Spanish River, long before the world had heard of you. When you breathe, sneeze, sweat or cry, you're doing things that are never dry. As with all living things from the time of your birth, you're in the water cycle of Earth. When it's raining in Vancouver, the rain might have been in the Spanish River, long before the world had heard of you. When you wash, swim, or bathe your pet, you must remember not to ever forget that all living things on this planet Earth sooner or later get wet. The rain might have been in the Spanish River, wow, long before the world had heard of you.
If you were shipwrecked on the ocean and you only had salt water to drink, you wouldn't live for very long. Your body washes out any extra salt it takes in, and if necessary, it will take water from your body tissues to do this. This makes you even more thirsty. Eventually, you would die. Although people can't drink salt water, everyone needs some salt in their diet. In the past, salt has been needed so badly that it has been traded for gold. Today, in places like San Francisco, salt is obtained by putting seawater into ponds and using the heat of the sun to evaporate away the water.
There are places, isolated, far and distant places, where people work. The sun's so hot, the sun will burn their faces. Work for White Rock, monetary systems wanting White Rock from salt water evaporated. There's no trace of water. Common salt comes from ancient oceans. Salt once traded for gold. Common salt comes from ancient oceans. Salt once traded for gold. Ooh, yeah.
Today, the heat of the sun is used to obtain salt from the oceans. In the future, solar energy will become more and more important. All the energy needed in space colonies will be supplied by solar power cells, and one of the functions of space colonies will be to build solar power satellites to supply energy to Earth. Solar energy is a renewable form of energy. Can you think of another renewable energy source?
See the way the paper is blowing across the ground. Watch the grass, it's moving, and listen closely for the sound of moving air. See the children playing, running with the wind in their hair. The wind is what you're hearing, and see the power of the air, the power of moving air. Moving air is wind. Moving air is wind. And wind has the power. And wind has the power. See the sails filled with wind, taking him to sea. Watch the windmill turning in a never-ending circle of sound, the sound of moving air. It's funny how those birds seem to swim in an ocean made of air. And when that storm is raging, see the power of moving air, the power of moving air. Moving air is wind. Moving air is wind. And wind has the power. And wind has the power.
One tremendous advantage to using wind power and solar power is that they don't add to pollution.
It started with cavemen, those guys with bad habits, ate-sabered two tigers, then scattered their bones. Their children learned nothing, but lived in nice castles with garbage spread in and around. Tons of garbage for far too long now. Pollution madness is everywhere. So teach your children, and they'll teach theirs too. We've got to bear
On our planet Earth, we have a very serious pollution problem. In space colonies, energy supplies will be pollution-free and waste products will be recycled. The space colonies will be self-sufficient and food will be grown to feed all 10,000 people living there. Crops will be planted in soil which is brought from the moon, and with engineers controlling the weather, there will never be any problems with frost, drought, or floods. It's almost certain that one of the crops that will be grown is wheat. It would be interesting to know how similar farming methods in space will be to those used on Earth.
What good's peanut butter if you don't have any bread? Peanut butter are what you choose around the world.
We all need wheat for bread, cookies, and cake. Well, if you want, you can be a farmer. This is what you do. You plant the spring wheat in the spring, and in the fall you get more wheat for bread and cookies and cake.
Harvesting's hard work but fun in the coolness of the autumn sun. Those big machines look real mean, but they're every farmer's fondest dream.
At the mill, the wheat needs cleaning and the kernels are opened up. They're separated in 3 parts, and the parts have names, and they are endosperm, bran, and germ. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you.
What good's peanut butter if you don't have any bread? Peanut butter are what you choose around the world.
Listen to the farmer. We all need wheat for bread and cookies. Oh, and pies, cake, pasta, cereal, pizza, all on one spaghetti. I want to know. Bread and peanut butter. I'm starved. Bananas on bread. Let's see, please. Can we eat hot dogs? Oh, hungry. I want something.
In your space colony, you'll still be able to go to shops and restaurants for cakes and cookies and buns, even if the flour used to make these foods has been grown differently from the way it's grown on Earth. I wonder if the Space Colony Travel Agency will be advertising trips to other planetary systems which support life. The appearance and mental processes of creatures living in another world could be very different from ours. A good way to prepare yourself to understand creatures from other planets is to try to understand all the creatures living here on Earth.
You don't have to hate every kind of snake if you take the time to learn about us.
Iguanas.
Lizards lying in the sun, I wouldn't hurt anyone. Though you think I'm ugly, my friend Snake thinks I'm cute, and we've got a song for you.
And it goes like this.
We are not the scary ones. Have you ever had a look at yourself? We are not the scary ones. You better take a good look at yourself. You should be very glad. You shouldn't make us so sad. We keep nature in balance for you.
I'm a quiet spider waiting for my prey, and if a fly comes near, I'll get it out of your way.
I'm a hard-working bee, going from flower to flower. I won't sting you if you don't bug me.
Ah, yes, if you had to walk sideways like us crabs do, you'd probably end up being a crabby crab too, yes.
See you later, alligator. What do you mean? If I knock at your door, would you be making for me a nice cup of tea, or would I hear you scream? Get out.
We are not the scary ones. Have you ever had a look at yourself? We are not the scary ones. You better take a good look at yourself.
I'm a big brown bear and I can make you scared. But when I look at you, I get scared too, boo-boo.
I'm a skinny weasel, but I'm never afraid of that farmer's gun. I might take a few eggs just like the farmer's done. I guess we're both having fun, but not those chickens. Yeah.
We are not the scary ones. Have you ever had a look at yourself? We are not the scary ones. You better take a good look at yourself. You should be very glad. You shouldn't make us so sad. We keep nature in balance for you. You should be very glad. You shouldn't make us so sad. We keep nature in balance for you.
Stand still. Don't move a muscle. You're not standing still, are you? Because it's impossible for your body to be completely still. Your diaphragm, which is a muscle, is moving constantly to fill your lungs with air. Muscles are making your eyes blink. Throughout your life, your heart muscles pump blood through your body. You have about 650 muscles in your body, and when you exercise, you use most of them.
Blisters, tight shoes, blisters, warts. If you get one, you better tell your mom. Flat feet, oh well, flat feet. Oh no, not athlete's foot. Every time I get up to dance, I got 2 left feet.
2 left feet, 2 left feet.
And every time I open my mouth, I put my foot in it.
Foot in it.
I sure don't wanna go through life kicking the can. So I made myself up an old dance. The dance is called walking.
Walking, walking.
Left, right, it's okay. It's a march of the arches today. Left, right, it's okay. It's a march of the arches today. Woo! Left, right, it's okay. When you do the walking dance, you better take good care of your feet.
Take care of your feet.
'Cause if you get an athlete's foot, no, you can't be discreet.
Wash 'em.
And always be sure to wash right between your little old toes.
Wash 'em. Scrub 'em.
'Cause I got a few friends, and you know, my friends, they're bugging my nose. Left, right, it's okay. It's the march of the arches today. Left, right, it's okay. It's the march of the arches today. Left, right, 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 come on, march of the arches today. It's the march of the arches.
The early ancestors of humans walked on all fours, but as time went on, they learned to walk upright on 2 legs. This freed 2 amazingly useful tools. Their hands. Hands are particularly good at holding objects and picking them up because the thumb can be held against the other fingers and because it moves independently of the other fingers. Try taping your thumbs to your index fingers and you'll soon find out how important your thumbs are.
Hey, you! I'm talking about your hands, a very special part, your hands. Right from the beginning of time, a special part of you. So don't take them for granted. I'm talking about your hands. In the land of the ancient
And with your hands, you lift food to your mouth.
Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Chew, 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 chew. Floss, floss. Well, alright. Don't you cry, little baby, when your baby teeth fall out. Here's a promise, not a maybe. You'll get new teeth in your mouth. 32 brand new teeth. So dry your eyes and sleep, and you'll clean up from the tooth fairy too. Choo choo, bite bite, brush brush. Choo 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 choo. I'll explain the tooth to you. Everybody say crown.
Say it.
Crown. It's the part of the tooth that's above the gum. Everybody say root.
Say it.
Root. It's like an anchor. It holds a tooth in the jaw. And everybody say enamel.
Say it.
Enamel. It's the hardest substance in the human body. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Choo, 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 choo. Well, here's a tooth story just for you. Well, I got myself some fried chicken for myself, and I invited a few friends over. I said, friends, this is a great exercise for your teeth, so let's get those incisors started. We'll get our incisors started, and we'll get our canines working. And then we're gonna chew the heck right out of this meal with our premolars and our molars. That's right. That's right. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush. Chew, 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 chew. Bite, bite. Brush, brush.
How would you like a camera which focuses automatically, has an automatic light meter, never runs out of film, takes thousands of pictures per minute, and has a lens that is cleaned automatically? You don't really need another one of these cameras. You already have two.
My mother told me that an eye is like a camera. Mom and I face to face. My mother showed me that an eye is like a camera. I guess my head's a camera case. Oh, there's a hole in your eye that lets the light shine through. A hole in your eye called the pupil. Around the pupil, the iris makes the color of your eyes and helps the pupil when the light shines through. Oh yeah, your eye is like an automatic camera. It's got a lens working night and day. Hey, my mother showed me that an eye is like a camera. Mom and I face to face. My mother told me that an eye is like a camera. I guess my head's a camera case. Ooh, it's effective when your lens turns every picture upside down. What a silly life this could have been. Because the retina packs a picture to the rods and the cones, through the optic nerve upside down. But then your brain scored 100 in the finals. It turned the picture back the other way. Hey, my mother told me that an eye is like a camera. Mom and I face to face. My mother told me that an eye is like a camera. I guess my head's a mama
Your eyes have many features that a camera will never have. Can you imagine a camera that could look happy, sad, tired, or worried? Of course, it's not just your eyes that let people know how you're feeling.
The way you walk, the way you stand, even the way you move your hands, tells the world just how you feel. Yes, body language is for real. Now some people, when they're nervous, they like to scratch their nose. And some people, when they're happy, they love to tap their toes. But some people tap their nose and scratch their toes. Well, what does that mean? It simply means that the way you walk, the way you stand, even the way you move your hands, tells the world just how you feel. Yes, body language is for real. Now think of the way some people sit, one all bunched up, one straight as a stick, and picking the happy one who what you choose from the human behavior, sit down blues. Yeah, the way you walk, the way you stand, even the way you play in the band, tells the world just how you feel. Yes, body language is for real. Now think of the girls with the different faces, excited, worried, and nervous traces. You're getting real smart and you can't be fooled, because you put in time at the body language school. Yeah, the way you walk, the way you stand, even the way you move your hands, tells the world just how you feel. Body language is for real. Body language is for real.
If you're listening to my voice on a stereo, go over and touch the speakers. Can you feel the speakers move? Sound is always caused by something moving, a ball being kicked, a zipper being done up, footsteps, a guitar being strummed. Every movement sets up vibrations in the air. These vibrations spread out in all directions, in much the same way as circular waves spread out on a pond when a stone is thrown in. These vibrations are sound waves.
Your outer ear is called the oracle, but it's your inner ear that hears the phone call. It's got a lot of moving parts. It's quite the magical factory. The human ear is quite the magical factory. Now when the sound waves travel your ear canal, you know the first thing they touch is your eardrum, and then it starts to vibrate sound. Stretched so tight it's got to vibrate sound, just like a big bass drum. Stretched so tight it's got to vibrate sound. On the other side of your eardrum, the three smallest bones in your body pick up the sound from your eardrum and make it stronger. The three smallest bones in your body, the hammer, the anvil, the stirrup, take the vibrations from your eardrums and make it stronger. At the end of this chain of your smallest bones, a thin tissue leads to your inner ear, connected to the cochlea. It's a bony thing like a small snail shell. It's called the cochlea, and its liquid feel like a small snail shell. And when the three small bones make that liquid move, nerve cells in your cochlea send a message to your brain. Now you understand about hearing. Well, I tell you again, but I told you before, I heard your phone ring.
When Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, answered the phone, he would say, "Hoi hoi." He didn't approve of people who answered by saying, "Hello." Hoi hoi.
Hoi hoi. Well, hoi hoi yourself, David. Hey, I just found out
that in 1874, a man named Alexander Graham Bell was working real hard at home in Brantford, Ontario. He was working on some other things when his head got that same old ring. And the next thing you know, Mr. Bell had invented the telephone. These were the very first words that were spoken on the phone. "Mr. Watson, come here, I want you," and he heard it on the telephone. Well, yesterday I tried to call a few friends, but I didn't get through 'cause the line was always busy. And it seems to me anyone that's got a telephone is always on the telephone. Now here's how the telephone works, David. You get 2 cans and a length of string, and then you punch a little hole in the middle of the bottom of each can. Through each can tie the string with a big knot, pull it tight till it almost breaks, and the next thing you know, my friend David, you simplify the telephone. And the very first words that you speak into your can go right through the string to the other can that acts like an eardrum. And David, even I don't know about what's gonna be in the future, but it sure would surprise Mr. Bell as he shot coast to coast by computer in Brantford, Ontario. No one will need to carry checks or cash. Even the mail will get through in a flash. And every student could have any book at the touch of a button. There will be funny little phones that you wear on your wrist, and your mother could call if she wants you. Well, hey, David, I gotta get off this telephone, 'cause yesterday I tried to call a few friends, but I didn't get through 'cause the line was always busy. And it seems to me anyone that's got a telephone is always on the telephone. So I guess I better go now, David. So bye-bye, and hoi hoi yourself.
Inventions like the telephone, the light bulb, the steam engine, and the motor car have all had a tremendous impact on people's lives. But probably the greatest invention of all time was the wheel. 5,000 years ago, wheels allowed people to move themselves and their goods around faster and more efficiently in carts, chariots, and carriages. In the future, giant wheels spinning in space will provide homes for thousands of people living in space colonies orbiting our planet, the planet Earth.